look at this? I mean, how can you expect any social distancing? All right, before, in fact, I go into a break, I have Shaina NC, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, leader from Mumbai of the BJP, who is joining us. Shaina, your first reaction first to, in fact, all these people, those who had gathered, mostly migrant laborers, those who thought they would possibly be able to go back home today.
I think we need to deal with this issue with utmost sensitivity. This is not the time for political one-upmanship. And unlike the Shiv Sena that has completely put its hands up and said that, we expect the central government to come up with solutions, do understand the Herculean task that we have in front of us. Corona victims and Corona deaths are the maximum in this state of ours of Maharashtra and in Mumbai. The statistics show you that social distancing and isolation is a must. If the central government has provided schemes, it is the onus of the state governments to ensure that their people, be it migrant labor, understand the severity of the situation and understand that we are all fighting this collectively.
Third, Aditya Thackeray, he put out a tweet and he said that the central government has failed, in fact, to make arrangements for these migrant laborers to go back. He said that people want to go back home and the government has failed. We heard the same from the Home Minister, also from the Guardian Minister of Mumbai. They are putting the onus on the central government.
Well, obviously, this is in poor taste. It is unfortunate. And one does not expect this of a youth leader to understand first that the situation is beyond control. For what reasons? You are the state government. This is labor that is in your state and in your city of Mumbai. Whether they have not been given rations, they have not been given food, these are issues that have to be addressed by the state government. I am not going into one-upmanship and saying that, we have put our hands up. The central government and the Prime Minister on a day-to-day is on a war-like zone, trying to contain labor, trying to contain citizens and explain to them the importance of social distancing. If this is something that they have chosen to overlook, then it is unfortunate. We have to explain to one another the importance of social distancing, the importance of being responsible citizens at this juncture. And if you feel by just letting out a tweet and casting aspersions on the Honorable Prime Minister of the country being a solution, I think it's unfortunate.
Shaina NC, thank you so much. We'll leave it there for joining us on this story. Breaking news coming in now after the massive lockdown violation at Mumbai's Bandra area, where hundreds of migrant workers gathered. Now, the Chief Minister of Mumbai is expected to speak to the media to address these concerns at 8 p.m. This is the latest that we are getting. Going across to Kamlesh Sutar, my colleague, who is joining us with more details on this. Kamlesh, the Chief Minister wants to come out. He possibly is going to send out a reassurance message. But this today is a complete violation. The biggest problem that Mumbai is going to face, the city already struggling with the COVID-19 patients.
The Chief Minister was scheduled to address. This was announced later before this incident occurred. When this was occurring, the Chief Minister already passed on the message that he is going to address the people of Maharashtra on the backdrop of Prime Minister already announcing that the lockdown is extended. But now, since the latest development, which is very close to where Uddhav Thackeray stays, this is hardly a couple of kilometers from Uddhav Thackera's residence, Matushri, and the Bandra area itself, where Uddhav Thackeray resides. Now, Uddhav Thackeray will obviously be covering this important issue, but the important point to mention here is Aditya Thackeray, Uddhav Thackeray's son and cabinet minister. In his cabinet, he has gone on to attack the centre over the fact that the centre has failed to make arrangements for the migrant labourers to go back to their respective states. Now, this is perhaps going to be the most crucial issue that we expect Uddhav Thackeray to cover in his speech that he makes, and what kind of assurances that he is going to make to migrant labourers. Uddhav Thackeray, in his earlier televised addresses, has been making appeals to the migrant labourers that arrangements for food, shelters will be made by the state government. They need to stay together. But today, since there was an expectation that they will be perhaps allowed to go back to their respective states, and this situation completely blew out of hand.
Okay, Kamlesh, I request you to stay on with me. Let me also now bring in consulting editor India Today, Rajdeep Sardesai, who is joining us from the newsroom. Rajdeep, Mumbai, your city, and today, in fact, at a time when the lockdown extension has been announced, city which is struggling with the maximum number of cases, this is something which is going to be, in fact, a telling story of the failure of the arrangements being made by the central and the state government.
You know, in a way, this is almost a replay of what we saw a couple of weeks ago, Ankit, in Delhi, where again there seemed to be a lack of state-center coordination. I spoke to a senior Maharashtra government official. They are claiming that there were WhatsApp rumors that were put up since the morning saying that trains will be opened today and those who wish to go back to their native places in Bihar and UP in particular will be allowed to go back. Remember, about 20% of Mumbai today is what you call migrants who are from either UP or Bihar. So these rumors were spread according to the police in the morning, and that's why large crowds gathered at the station. Now, at one level, it will be seen as a failure of the state law and order machinery. At another level, it also reflects the desperation that many people in Mumbai, particularly migrant labor, many of whom are daily wagers, are facing because of this extended lockdown. And I think the challenge that these images show reflect how difficult enforcing a further 19-day lockdown is, especially in cities like Mumbai, where many people are living on the margins.
Okay, Rajdeep, may I request you to stay on with me? Sanjay Nirupam, a member of Parliament, Shiv Sena, senior leader of the party, is now joining us. Mr. Nirupam, first of all, these visuals clearly indicate that possibly the government of Maharashtra and the central government did not anticipate how the next 19 days are going to play out. These are desperate people who want to go back home. They are not satisfied with the arrangements made by the government of Maharashtra.
That's true. Government should have anticipated all these things because for last 21 days, all these migrant laborers, or you can say daily wage earners, they are living in their own room. In one room, 15 to 16, 20, 25 people are staying. We expected that the government or the agencies will be providing food to them on the regular basis, but they are not getting food all the time. In the rationing shop, the ration is not available because most of these people are not having, they don't purchase the ration card. That's why the government has already announced that those who are not having ration card will not get the ration. So in the ration card, on the ration shop, not getting ration, food they are not getting to eat. So and thirdly, they are not allowed to go to their native place. So they're waiting for 14th. After 14th, some relief will be announced. But because today there was no relief was announced. That is why they have become desperate now.
Nirupam, but your party is also part of the Mahagadi government. The Congress is a partner in the government. Don't you feel that there has been a failure as far as the three political parties and the government is concerned in Maharashtra?
See, let us not discuss about the success and the failure of the government or the administration because in my opinion, no government in this world can feed the people free of cost all the time to all the people. No government can do it. Even the Chinese Communist government cannot do it. So if the government claims that we are feeding everybody or we can feed everyone free of cost, it is just bogus thing. So the best thing is some sort of industrial activities or the construction work should be started so that these migrant laborers, so the daily wage earners, can get engaged in that business activities and they will earn something to feed their family and food themselves.
Thank you for joining us, Rajdeep. Very quickly, just a word about, before in fact I also bring in Sahil Joshi, a word about the politics which has already started on this. Aditya Thackeray, son of the Chief Minister, Cabinet Minister in Maharashtra, a young leader, starting with that tweet that it is the failure of the central government. Between the BJP and the Shiv Sena, the blame game has already started.
There again, the central government, the Delhi government and the Uttar Pradesh government were caught in the crosshairs of a tug of war and a blame game. We are seeing the same happening in Mumbai. Remember, in Maharashtra, we have a government with three parties, the Congress, the NCP and the Shiv Sena, all in government. Underlying what Sanjay Nirupam was saying just now, it seemed Mr. Nirupam, who remember who has been against this government, against the alliance, feels that there's been mismanagement of the local food economy in terms of food and ration. The fact is, we are talking of a city which is bursting at the seams. Mr. Nirupam is absolutely right that there are people 6 to a room who have been virtually locked up now there for over 3 weeks and are being asked to stay there for 19 days. So when these WhatsApp messages came in the morning suggesting that train services were going to be opened, people got excited. They saw this as an opportunity to go back home. And I think somewhere the public transport system will have to be addressed in the guidelines that the government is planning to put in place tomorrow. So I think that's the big challenge before the government at the moment, to put in effective guidelines to ensure that the kind of situation that we've just seen in Mumbai is not replicated. Both the Maharashtra government and the centre will have to work in close coordination, Ankit.
Razi, before I just let you go, one quick question. Did the Prime Minister somewhere, possibly should have come out with more than just reassurance and the announcement of the extension of the lockdown with a solid plan today itself? The anxiety as far as the people are concerned, just not in Mumbai but all across, of what shape the 19-day lockdown is going to take is only peaking across the country. Should the Prime Minister would come with solid plan for migrant workers, for poor people, that would have helped them with their anxieties, Rajdeep?
Well, that's the million-dollar question as to when do you announce the package. You first motivate people to observe the lockdown and then announce the package, or does the package come first? This is a carrot and stick policy that the government is following. At the moment, the Prime Minister today came very strongly out with a stick. The question is, where is the carrot? And I think that question will have to be addressed immediately. It can't be kept for a week from now, because I think people in places like Mumbai are slowly losing patience.
People are getting desperate. In fact, these laborers all across the country had been facing the worst as far as the lockdown is concerned in terms of losing jobs, and also no means, in fact, for them to go back to their native places. Rajdeep Sardesai, thank you so much. Sahil, may I just very quickly request you to just tell our viewers in your understanding of this area, because we saw in that report which Tanushri had filed, in that report there are cramped houses, very small rooms where 6 to 8 people are living together. This is going to be a very difficult time, even for people, as Rajdeep was saying, on the margins of this big city. They are going to face a lot of trouble in the next 19 days. Okay. All right, I think we'll just reconnect with Sahil in just a moment, in fact, and try and get a sense of this entire area. And you saw those rooms, very cramped rooms, in fact, where these people had been living. Now, this, as far as Mumbai is concerned, this is right now going to be the biggest challenge for Mumbai, which is already struggling with the increasing number of coronavirus cases. Meanwhile, this crisis is now playing out in some form or the other across the countries. People, those who have been thrown out of their jobs, people, those who are on the margins across this country are right now feeling left out. And desperation is, in fact, seeping in. And the government, in fact, will have to wait and see what kind of measures the government announces for these people from the lower strata of the society. All right, this is the big story that we are tracking here non-stop on India Today. All right, the situation in Mumbai, where in fact right now the people have been cleared off that massive crowd which has gathered at the Bandra station, where people were expecting migrant workers largely that they would be able to go back to their places. There would be some after the lockdown first 21 days got over, and before the 19 days, at least that was the rumor that was fueled across Mumbai, that they would be able to go back. Just to get you a ground situation before I go to Tanushri, I just want to put things in perspective so that you understand it better, the kind of situation, the crisis that Mumbai is going through and Maharashtra largely is going through as far as the COVID-19 cases are concerned. Maharashtra is the worst affected state from coronavirus. 2,334 deaths have been reported from the state. Cases have been reported from the state of Maharashtra. 160 deaths so far. Mumbai, 1,540 cases. Let me now go across very quickly to the Home Minister of Maharashtra. Anil Deshmukh is joining us on the phone line. Mr. Deshmukh, thank you so much for joining us, sir. More than 1,540 cases in Mumbai, sir. 101 deaths. Mumbai is suffering through the worst as far as the COVID-19 crisis is concerned. On top of this, so many people together, this is going to be a big challenge.
यहाँ पे हेलो
सर।
हाँ भाई, यहाँ पे पूरी यंत्रणा हमारी बड़ी मुश्किल से काम कर रही है कि किस प्रकार से ये कोरोना के जो महामारी जो आई है उसके ऊपर किस प्रकार से कंट्रोल किया जाए, इसके लिए पूरी यंत्रणा यहाँ पे काम कर रही है। लेकिन आज जो मुंबई में हुआ, खास करके जो बाहर की जो लेबरर्स थे हमारे यहाँ पे मुंबई में बड़ी तादाद में उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार, यूपी और बिहार, छत्तीसगढ़, मध्य प्रदेश, यहाँ से बड़ी तादाद में लेबरर यहाँ पे आते हैं, काम करने के लोग काफी बड़ी तादाद में आते हैं। आज उनको ये लग रहा था कि आज शायद माननीय पंतप्रधान ऐलान करेंगे, उसकी वजह से अपने को अपने स्टेट में अपने घर में जाने का मौका मिलेगा, ऐसी उनकी उम्मीद थी। ये उम्मीद के कारण काफी बड़ी तादाद में लोग इकट्ठा होकर बांद्रा स्टेशन आप वहाँ पे आए थे। लेकिन आज जो निर्णय हुआ है, वो निर्णय के हिसाब से आज पूरे महाराष्ट्र में, पूरे भारत में जो भी राज्य है उनकी बॉर्डर सील रहने वाली है। कोई भी आदमी एक स्टेट का दूसरे स्टेट में नहीं जा सकता, इस प्रकार का निर्णय हुआ है। हाल ही में जब माननीय पंतप्रधान जी और सभी राज्य के मुख्यमंत्रियों की जब मीटिंग यहाँ पे हुई थी 3 दिन पहले, वो मीटिंग में माननीय उद्धव जी ठाकरे ने यह बात रखी थी कि मुंबई में बड़ी तादाद में यहाँ पे बाहर के राज्य के यहाँ पे लोग यहाँ पे काम करने आते हैं। उनकी तादाद बाकी स्टेट से बहुत ज्यादा मुंबई में है। ऐसी हालत में बॉर्डर इनको अपने अपने स्टेट में जाने के लिए अपन ने निर्णय क्या लेना चाहिए, उसके बारे में जब चर्चा हुई तब सभी राज्यों के मुख्यमंत्रियों ने और माननीय पंतप्रधान साहब ने इसने बताया कि कोई भी हालत में आज की परिस्थिति में अपन ये बॉर्डर जो सील करके रखा है इसको ओपन नहीं कर सकते हैं। जो राज्य में ये सब लोग हैं उसी राज्य में उन्होंने रहना चाहिए। उस प्रकार से जो मुंबई में बड़ी तादाद में जो हमारे यहाँ पे जो परप्रांतीय प्रांतीय है उनको हमने दरखास्त की है कि इस प्रकार का निर्णय माननीय पंतप्रधान जी और मुख्यमंत्री की मीटिंग में हुआ है, करके आपको यहीं रहना पड़ेगा। आपको
साहब कहां पे फिर विफल हुई सरकार? क्योंकि आप कह रहे हैं कि ये तो शनिवार को मीटिंग हुई थी, ये बात तय हो गई थी कि ये लोग यहीं पर रहेंगे, तो महाराष्ट्र सरकार कहां विफल हुई कि इतने सारे लोग सड़कों पर आ गए? आपकी यहां पे पुलिस को भी मशक्कत करनी पड़ी, तो फेल कहां पर हो गई सरकार ये लोगों को समझाने में?
आज माननीय पंतप्रधान जी का उन्होंने आज जो माननीय पंतप्रधान जी की प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई, उनमें ऐसा इनको लग रहा था कि माननीय पंतप्रधान शायद आज हमको हमारे स्टेट में जाने का बारे में ऐलान करेंगे, ऐसी उसकी उम्मीद थी। तो आज माननीय पंतप्रधान ने इसके बारे में कोई जिक्र नहीं किया, करके ये बड़ी तादाद में बड़ी उम्मीद लेके आए थे कि हमको हमारे राज्य में जाने का मौका मिलेगा। लेकिन आज जो माननीय पंतप्रधान साहब ने इसके बारे में कोई ऐलान नहीं किया करके इसको बाहर अपने राज्य में जाने का यहाँ पे जो उनकी उम्मीद थी उसके ऊपर पानी फिर गया है, बराबर है। लेकिन ये जो निर्णय जो केंद्र शासन ने और राज्य शासन ने लिया उसमें बहुत अच्छा है कि निर्णय लिया, नहीं तो ये लोग अपने अपने राज्य में जाते वहाँ पे दूसरी मुसीबत वहाँ पे खड़ी हो सकती थी।
लेकिन जो आप कह रहे हैं बिल्कुल ठीक बात है, लोगों को जो जहां है उसको वहां रहना पड़ेगा, पर आपको कहीं ना कहीं लगता है कि कुछ शायद तैयारी में कमी रह गई? इतने सारे लोग इकट्ठे सड़क पर आ गए, लोकल इंटेलिजेंस की शायद कुछ कमी थी, और उसके साथ साथ क्या सरकार की तैयारियां पर्याप्त नहीं है कि इतने सारे लोग आराम से वहां पर रह सके?
सरकार की तैयारी, मैं आपको पहले बताया कि इनको आज ऐसे लग रहा था इनको अपने गांव में जाने का मौका मिलेगा, करके स्टेशन पे इकट्ठा हुए थे। इसी प्रकार की परिस्थिति कल सूरत में हुई, गुजरात में। इसी प्रकार की परिस्थिति कुछ दिन पहले, चंद दिन पहले वहां पे दिल्ली में हुई। अब सभी लेबर चाहते हैं कि मैं अपने घर में जाऊं, मेरे राज्य में वापस जाऊं, लेकिन आज इस प्रकार का निर्णय माननीय पंतप्रधान जी ने जाहिर न करने की वजह से इनको अपने स्टेट में जाने का मौका नहीं मिला। इसके लिए ये तो सब लोग इकट्ठा आए थे, इनको उम्मीद थी शायद कि आज शायद माननीय पंतप्रधान इस प्रकार की घोषणा करेंगे।
आगे इस तरह की घटना ना हो उसके लिए अब क्या तैयारी कर रही है सरकार?
अभी जो इकट्ठा सब लोग आए थे उनको हमने समझाया है कि आपको यहीं रहना पड़ेगा, आपके खाने पीने का पूरा इंतजाम राज्य शासन करेगा।
देशमुख, होम मिनिस्टर महाराष्ट्र, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे बात करने के लिए। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर स्पीकिंग टू अस। विद दैट वी आर स्लिपिंग इनटू अ वेरी शॉर्ट ब्रेक. This is in fact the top focus here on India Today, the way the migrant laborer crisis once again erupting in the city of Mumbai after the extension of the lockdown has been announced by the Prime Minister.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.